I'm John Kemp. I'm President and CEO of Abilities and the Henry Viscardi School in Albertson, Long Island, New York. I was born in 1949 without arms and legs off essentially at the elbows and the knees. I was fitted for prostheses when I was 2 for legs and 3 for arms, and I was in kindergarten by the time I was 4.5 years old in a regular public school in Bismarck, North Dakota. When I was in high school in Frankfort, Kentucky, a private Catholic school, very small, 30 kids in each grade for the 4 years of school, I got very involved in the sports program as well as academics. I did well academically, but I was really loving sports, as I always did all my life. I was a student manager, and that was always a lot of fun to be able to think about wearing my letter jacket with a lot of pride and thinking that girls really thought that was cool. It was always difficult and challenging to date, to find girls that thought I was okay with my prostheses, but I managed to work it all out, and everything. I had a great, wonderful life in high school. I had the wonderful experience of being the 1960 National Easter Seal poster child, and it was a lot of fun. I got to travel all over the United States, went to Australia, got a college scholarship. I was 10 years old giving speeches. It was an incredible experience. But it was also a time when the public viewed people with disabilities as objects of charity and sometimes pity. There was no accessible technology, there was no internet, there were no civil rights for people with disabilities, there were no curb cuts. Life was what people handed us and what we made of what we had. And then today, when we fast forward to the 2000s and 10s and 20s, we start thinking about how different life is in such a short period of time. In 50 to 60 years, we now have the internet, we have accessible technologies that allow us to explore the world and many worlds just from our desktops and our laptops, from our smartphones if we want. I wear artificial arms and legs, and I kind of kid myself and joke about it, but I say my legs are very modern and my arms are a little old school. My legs are very modern in terms of being titanium steel and carbon fiber products make them very lightweight, very durable. My arms and clamps are sort of old school. They were built 50, 60, 70 years ago, but they're very functional. And the irony is that I'll be sitting on an airplane and somebody sitting next to me says, "You know they make hands now, don't you?" And I laugh to myself and I say, "Really?" I say, "No." I say, "Well, yes, I do know that. I do know that they make hands, and the hands are getting more unbelievably functional today, but they're still not as functional as my clamps are, and that's why I'm not ready to make the jump." 2012 is merely another launching pad for the disability movement. I watch the State of the Union address. I watch our Congress. I watch our corporate leaders. I wonder, where are people with disabilities in that mix? When will there be another president with a disability who can be openly out and proud about his or her disability? How about members of Congress? Jim Langevin from Rhode Island, fantastic representative, a guy with quadriplegia, who I know as a personal friend and I admire so greatly for the service that he provides our country. Why aren't there more people with disabilities in elected offices at the federal level, at the state level, at the local level? How about corporations? Are we running into a glass ceiling of sorts on our part? Are we unable to move up into the top positions? Maybe people with disabilities exist but are afraid to be outed because it might appear to be a weakness. Maybe some of these senior executives have heart conditions and mental illness of some kind, and they're afraid to disclose it, or maybe they're not there at all. I think full participation is where we start in 2012. We have garnered our civil rights. Now it's time to use them to grow and develop and participate and lead wherever possible. And I hope that's what we do in the future.